Hello and welcome to World in 5. President Emmerson Mnangagwa presided over a historic change of command of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, marking a definitive transition in the country's military leadership. Outgoing Commander General Philip Valerio Sibanda handed over the reins to General Emmanuel Matatu at a colorful ceremony held at Charles Gumbo Barracks in Harare yesterday. Ibn Mabunda reports.
The Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, President Emmerson Mnangagwa, presided over the change of command at the Zimbabwe Defense Forces between the outgoing Commander, General V.P. Sibanda, and the incoming Commander, General E. Matatu, at the Charles Gumbo Barracks in Zimbabwe's capital, Harare.
Together with the Chief Witnessing Officer.
The atmosphere at Charles Gumbo Barracks carried the weight of history as President Mnangagwa, serving as Chief Witnessing Officer, oversaw the formal transfer of command between the two generals.
Order! Arms!
Service chiefs, government officials, and military commanders from across the SADC region, including Angola, Botswana, Eswatini, Lesotho, Malawi, South Africa, Zambia, and Tanzania, attended the ceremony, underscoring Zimbabwe's standing within the regional defense fraternity. The ceremony opened with a full parade inspection by outgoing Commander General Philip Valerio Sibanda in what may be his final parade in uniform. With 51 years of service, 7 of them as ZDF Commander, General Sibanda stood as a soldier whose life has been defined by duty. The parade then moved into a slow and quick march past, a demonstration of military discipline, command structure, and tradition. In his address, President Mnangagwa reinforced that discipline and loyalty remain pivotal to the execution of the ZDF strategic mandate.
To the officers, men and women, who said yes, I urge you to remain disciplined, to remain loyal. As these qualities are the cornerstones of any military organization.
Police in Bulawayo are searching for the next of kin of a man who died at a local food outlet on Monday morning. While waiting for the food ordered, he had purchased. The unidentified man, whose age is yet to be ascertained, reportedly died while sitting on a chair at a local fast food outlet. Employees at the outlet were alerted to the incident by a fellow customer who noticed that the deceased was sitting awkwardly and motionless. When our news crews arrived at the scene, detectives from the Criminal Investigations Department's Homicide Division had reportedly left. The body was still inside the outlet at 9:45 a.m. and was later ferried by police to a local hospital for post-mortem. We spoke to Bulawayo Provincial Police spokesperson Inspector Nomalanga Msebele earlier.
Police in Bulawayo is investigating a case of sudden death whereby a male adult went into Chicken Inn 8th Avenue, Bulawayo, and ordered some food. He went on to sit down, and one of the customers noticed that his sitting position was not okay. He then alerted the members of the staff at Chicken Inn, who went to investigate and found out that the man had passed on. Police were summoned, went there and attended the scene. We are yet to find out his particulars. We are yet to find out his next of kin. Investigations are going on. I thank you. I'm Inspector Msebele, Bulawayo Police spokesperson.
Zimbabwe is targeting vulnerable and high-risk communities in the rollout of the newly approved HIV prevention drug lenacapavir, as the country advances its biomedical interventions in the HIV response program. Speaking during a World AIDS Day press conference held in the capital this afternoon, the National AIDS Council and UNAIDS confirmed that the country, with support from development partners, is in the process of working out modalities with the new prevention drug set to be rolled out next year. This year's World AIDS Day commemorations will be held in Umzingwane district in Matabeleland South Province under the theme Overcoming Disruption, Transforming the AIDS Response. We give you more in the following report.
Authorities in Zimbabwe have started working on modalities for the rollout of the newly approved HIV prevention drug. This follows approval of the long-acting medicine lenacapavir by the Medicines Control Authority of Zimbabwe. National AIDS Council Chief Executive Officer Dr. Bernard Mazima believes the drug will go a long way in reducing new HIV infections. He is optimistic lenacapavir will provide a viable long-acting alternative to daily oral PrEP, thereby improving adherence and protection for those most vulnerable to HIV infection.
It's not like it's cheap. It's not cheap. So you really want to target those at-risk groups which still have a high prevalence and high incidence, new cases of HIV. An example would be pregnant women. You want pregnant women to, as part of the prevention of mother-to-child transmission. Sex workers, those will be groups which you want to target if you're going to have a national program.
The Group of 20 summit concluded on Sunday with the adoption of a comprehensive declaration addressing climate change and global governance reforms, achieving a significant diplomatic milestone despite the United States boycott of proceedings. The two-day summit, which focused on establishing a more equitable global system through addressing inequality and promoting sustainable development, saw South Africa secure substantial support for its commitment to multilateralism and a rules-based international order, despite some disagreements on climate-related matters.
There are some themes that run through the G20, of course, especially on the economic side. Global financial stability, how we deal with issues around debt, how we deal with trade liberalisation. And I think those are common themes that we will continue to see reflected through the G20, and they would be pretty certain will be reflected in our priorities in 27.
It is an important change of agency and voice, but it's also for Africa to take responsibility of that change and to make sure that whatever we did here as South Africa's G20 presidency, we did it with the mind that this is not a South African G20, this is an African G20.
That's all we have for you today in the World in 5. Pleasant day.